Welcome, everyone, to Osceola Debates 2018. My name is Rob Rosen. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. Today, I am your moderator for these debates. Osceola Debates 2018 would like to thank our sponsors, Kissimmee Utility Authority, Access Osceola, Orlando Magic, Troy University, and El Osceola Star newspaper. We'd also like to give a special thank you to the City of Kissimmee for allowing us to use their chamber. The next debate is for Kissimmee City Commission Seat 2. First, I'd like to introduce our panelists. First, we have Oscar Alicia Pinheiro from SGA Vice President, Valencia Poinciana Campus. We have Marcela Pulas, SGA Senator of Legislative Affairs, Valencia Osceola Campus. And we have Rachel Christian, staff writer, Osceola News-Gazette. Also, our candidates for today are Reginald HARDEE and FELIX ORTIZ.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So for the guidelines here, each candidate will have a 1-minute opening statement. Each panelist will ask one question, and the candidates will have 1 minute to answer each question. After each of the panelists have asked their question and all candidates have answered, the candidates will then have a 30-second closing statement. Traffic light system will be used. Green means more than 30 seconds. Yellow, under 30 seconds. Red, you're out of time. Try not to make me the bad guy.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with our opening statements, and we're going to start off with Reginald.
Good afternoon. I'm Reginald HARDEE. I have 19 years of public service, the most recent 10 years with Kissimmee Utility Authority, 4 of those years as chairman. I'm a native of Kissimmee. I'm a father. I have respect for our citizens. I'm here to serve, and I ask that you, on August 28th or sooner, that you vote for me for City Commissioner, City of Kissimmee, Seat 2.
Thank you. Opening statement, Mr. FELIX ORTIZ.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is FELIX ORTIZ. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. I was born in Newark, New Jersey. I came to Florida in 2007. I have 5 kids, beautiful kids. I'm a grandfather. I got 2 grandkids also. I'm blessed here in Kissimmee. I've been here for 5 years. I have a restaurant called 3 Sisters Speakeasy. It's right here in downtown. We do a lot of good things for the community, and I'm blessed because we share the love, and I love what I do. So that's why I'm running for commissioner, because I believe that we could do a lot more from the inside, and everybody has good points. Everybody wants to do good. That's why I'm running. Vote for me, August 28. My name is FELIX ORTIZ. Thank you.
Thank you. Our first question will be from Oscar Pinheiro, and it will start with FELIX ORTIZ.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
If you're elected, what would be your first project here in Kissimmee?
Well, if I'm elected here in Kissimmee, my first project will be support our local merchants. What I mean by that is help the merchants get to understand how to get their permits and not have them go to door and take 6 months, 9 months. We want to close that down to the minimum where they don't have to spend that much money, and then 9 months later they got to close down because the permits are not here. So I want to make sure that I get everything in place to help them keep growing in Kissimmee, because I love Kissimmee and I want the merchants to stay here in downtown and also in all 192. We would like to see every business keep growing and make it better for everybody, because the more business we have, the more job opportunities we have for the people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same question?
Okay. First project, once selected, when you think about our citizens, you think about opportunity, you think about education, you think about services that they need. Currently, the city has passed a budget and can support our services. When you think about areas within the city that are yet in need of our service, there are small little enclave areas where the city is under contract or providing service, but the residents aren't fully within the city limits. So from a standpoint of incorporating these areas into our government, I would support the city in reaching out to those individuals. When you think about small businesses, again, they're out there first serving our customers, doing what they can to keep their livelihood going. We need to continue to support them. There's regulation out there that we can address. From an economic development standpoint, we need to do our best to keep the millage low, but partner with them to reach out to our public.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Rachel Christian, and it will start with Mr. Hardee.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rachel.
What do you believe is the most challenging aspect of Osceola County's continued growth, and what role do you believe local government should play in solving it?
One of the most challenging areas that we, as citizens, the city could work on is investment into our youth. They are our next generation of leaders. There are opportunities for them to go to college, but then there are opportunities where some individuals just can't make it, can't afford to pay for it. We can invest into them through trade schools, through other enrichment programs that will give them the opportunity to enter the employment market and be successful citizens. So I think that is an area that we can immediately address as one of the top areas. Secondarily, if allowed to the support of our officers as they're out there in the community, we can better equip them with the tools that they need. We can better place them into the schools so they can better educate the youth sooner as opposed to later. Those are the areas that I believe we can address.
Thank you. Same question, Mr. Ortiz.
Yes, I believe that it will be like productive growth. We should work towards small town development than instead of costly projects, big ones. We need to help our people to help them in the housing area where we could support our people down here and make costs more efficiently so everybody could have a home and everybody could have a place where they can live. We need to do better things for that. Support our local merchants and support our improved public safety is something that Reggie talked about. I agree also. We have to always equip our police officers, firefighters, make sure that we have that budget for them and not cut it at all. And if they need more, we got to find a way for them to have it. So keep our place safe and everybody will be happy. And I think that once we do that, we'll be in the safe place. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Marcela Poulos, and Mr. Ortiz, you will start.
Good afternoon. The 192 has long faced problems in its infrastructure. So do you have any plans to improve the roadworks, and how would you accomplish it? And also in Yongyang Parkway, there has been a lot of traffic recently, especially moving from school or work. So what can you do about that?
Well, right now, we got to work as a team. Sometimes there are things that they get out of our hands, but we need to address these issues to the right people, the right company, the right corporation, so we can fix it. Because it's true, the traffic, it's a little crazy. It's outgoing. School started 7 o'clock in the morning. It's traffic jam, one corner to another. You go in at 9 o'clock and you got to wake up so early. Those things we got to address it as a team. But there's things that we could go to that company, give them a note and say why this is happening, and maybe just, instead of keep doing more projects, stop the projects and let's focus on what's going on with John Parkway. Let's get that out of the way, get the whole team there and get it done in a couple months or less. And then we go to the next step. That's the only issue I see. Too many projects at the same time. Traffic jam is crazy. We got to address that as a team. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hardee, same question.
Thank you. Marcella, could you please repeat the question for me? I want to make sure I hear it.
So 192 has faced long problems in its infrastructure. So do you have any plans to improve the roadworks, and how would you accomplish it? Also in Yongyang Parkway, the same thing. Traffic is really bad in the morning, especially traffic from work to school. And what can you do about that?
Public transportation has its challenges, and the commute is a challenge for even me, myself. I drive 19.8 miles from my Kissimmee house to Orlando, and I happen to drive the Yongyang pathway. When you think about our leaders, be it the city, the county, or Department of Transportation itself, they're engaged. They need a voice. They need to hear from us. They need to hear an opportunity to partner to address these. And they need someone to be vocal, clear and precise about, hey, what are you going to do about partnering with us, bring in revenues to modify the roads, expand the roads, repave the roads. There are a numerous amount of roads in Kissimmee that need some paving. The city has a plan for it.
Yes.
We can continue supporting that through keeping the millage down and continue to partner. As the businesses come in, we can obligate them in some form or way or another to partner to help address our infrastructure. That would be the approach that I would take as city commissioner.
Yes.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Oscar Alicia Pinheiro, and Mr. Hardee will begin.
What will be your greatest asset in making your office more accessible to the citizens of Kissimmee?
The greatest asset is probably the ability to listen, the ability to have an open mind, the ability to engage and hear what's important to our citizens. While serving as chairman for KUA, we implemented what's called community outreach programs, where instead of having the board meetings once a month in a closed chambers, we got into the community. We partnered with other resources, the county and other resources, and we engaged the community to hear what was important to them. We couldn't vote on it while out in the community, but we could take notes. We could understand what it took to keep their light bill low, what it took to rebuild the community and strengthen the community. So the greatest asset is engaging and hearing what's important to our citizens is what I would offer.
Thank you. Mr. Ortiz, same question.
Yes, thank you. I'm running for commissioner because I want to be their voice. I want to be the eyes and ears. I want to be that person that will listen to the community and pinpoint those important issues. I want to be the person that I could be helpful all the time, that they could come and say, you know, I have a person I could trust. I need to talk to that person. You know, it's we can't do everything ourselves because it has a team effort. It's a team that we got to do it. But there's always got to be someone that could be there for them and listen to them and bring it to the table. And as a group, we can make it happen. So I will be their voice and ears and their eyes. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Rachel Christian, and it will start with Mr. Ortiz.
What do you, affordable housing is considered by many to go and be an issue in Kissimmee. Do you agree with this, and what role do you believe local government should play in addressing this issue?
I believe that affordable housing could be effective here in Kissimmee. I'm not sure if they believe it or not, but I think that that's one of the things that I would love to address because I would like to help people. I think that we have a lot of people in need in Kissimmee that would need that plan, that would need that structure, family with 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, anything that we could do to help them would be great. That's one of the plans that I want to work on. I believe that we could do it. We got to do it as a team. We could bring it to the table and talk about it. I think we can make it work. We just got to make sure that the city believes it's going to work. We got to come with a plan, bring it to them, and once we have it, and I believe we could do it. Yep.
Thank you. Same question, Mr. HARDEE.
First, the answer, which is what you asked, is affordable housing an issue? Yes, it is. Is it something that the city can do? Yes, it is. Why is it an issue? When you think about first-time buyers looking for an opportunity to get out of renting and get into purchasing their own home. When you think about individuals who may have lived in their homes for 10, 15 years, and they want to upgrade to a bigger home because they have bigger families, what could the city do? Well, the city can continue to keep the millage low, the property tax low, but they can also work with businesses as they come in and look at ways of creating opportunity, housing for the businesses, their employees that they bring in. First-time home buyers see that there's programs that we can implement. The city does have some outreach out there now, but can we grow those programs? Maybe so. The important thing is that we keep opportunity out there from the renter to the first-time home buyer to the citizen who wants to seek other opportunity. We don't want to overburden the system with too many homes, but we want to try our best to bring in as much housing as we can to accommodate the different class of individuals pursuing long-term housing.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Marcella Poulos, and we'll start with Mr. HARDEE.
Homelessness is strongly affecting Kissimmee. If you were elected, what would you do in respect to it?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that question because I have family members that have had to deal with homelessness, and it's not a positive thing. I know that the city itself, the county, and other forms of private nonprofit are working to try and do something. The challenge is that we can't work individually. We have to partner together. We have to look at ways that we can, put our dollars together so that one portion of the citizenship isn't taxed with. But we do need to do something. We do need to present that opportunity. Go back to the terms of affordable housing. If you're homeless, you don't think about where your next dollar is coming from. You think about, where can I cover my head? How can I avoid the rain? So we do owe it to pay it forward to those citizens. in any way that we can partner together with other entities of the government, we should do so.
Thank you. Same question, Mr. Ortiz.
Yes, I believe that the homelessness is very important here in Kissimmee. We do have that issue. I'm sure we're working on it. And a lot of us believe that we got to help them out. We can't judge nobody. We don't know what happened to them. But that's what we're here, to work as a team, help them out 100%, make sure that we believe that we can help them in many ways. So, why not maybe downtown or any of us help them get a little job. Try to give them, do this for me, do that for me. Try to at least make them get that cash so they could have some food. I do that at my place with a lot of them. I don't have a problem. But I believe that as a team, like Reggie said, a lot of people got to get together to try to see how can we get affordable little housing to help them out. So as a team, I get elected, I'm going to work on all that too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Oscar Pinheiro, and it will start with Mr. Ortiz.
How would you foster the revitalization of Kissimmee?
How? Well, I believe that Kissimmee is great, Kissimmee is beautiful, and we got to keep making the difference. We got to believe in in each other. So just to keep it how it is and better, we got to work together as a team to keep making it grow and keep Kissimmee how is it. Kissimmee is beautiful, and everybody has a little part of it. And right now, I think we're just a big family. We got to keep believing in each other. It doesn't matter where we come from. It's diverse, and I love what we see. So we just got to keep working together 100% and helping each other, one another. Thank you.
Thank you. Same question, Mr. HARDEE.
I'm going to ask Mr. Oscar if he could repeat for me, please.
Sure. How would you foster the revitalization of Kissimmee?
Revitalization of Kissimmee?
Yes.
Well, Kissimmee's livelihood right now is far greater from the days from whence I came. What do I mean by that? When I was born, it was literally dirt roads. And Kissimmee has grown with paved roads. Kissimmee has went from my childhood of picking oranges and going out to what's called seasonal work. Kissimmee has grown quite a bit. And what we should do is continue to invest into our wonderful Kissimmee. When we bring in businesses, we ask them to invest back into the infrastructure as a token of joining our wonderful community. We ourselves as citizens, we can get out and we can run for office. We can reach out to each other and have a voice and make our voice matter by voting. So when you think about areas from the lakefront to our infrastructure, we can continue investing in those to make a greater way of life for the generations to come. Would be my approach. So,
Thank you. Our next question will come from Rachel Christian, and it will start with Mr. HARDEE.
What motivated you to run for office, and what do you believe is the most important aspect of a government leader?
what motivated me? Wow. I served our wonderful KUA for 10 years, and most of the time at KUA was my vacation time. In fact, today is my vacation time away from my job here. It felt good to pay it forward. It felt good to reach out to citizens and not have anything come back to you. When I think about my service, I'm hoping that your children or generations to come will remember, hey, this guy is genuinely interested in serving us and providing a way of life better for the generations to come. That they remember that and they offer maybe employment, maybe an opportunity for someone in my family. When you think about public service, it's a selfless role. It's really, you have to be serious about sacrificing your time to make a difference. And that's what I enjoy. So I just feel passion for doing so. And I thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you. Same question, Mr. Ortiz.
Thank you. Why am I running for commissioner? Because I started 5 years ago at Three Sisters Speakeasy as the executive chef. And right now I'm blessed and I'm working on the progress of being the owner of Three Sisters. And how did I do that? By being passionate, helping others, paying it forward. Right now, in the past 5 years that I've been there, I have supplied and helped a lot of people. I help a lot of homeless. I have done events for kids with cancer, leukemia. I help churches. We do a lot of things, back to school. It's like I have a heart for that. So I'm very happy and passionate of what I do. Because of that, that's what made me run for commissioner, because I believe that I help people out there in the corner of Three Sisters. I can help them from the inside, and it's a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. Our final question will come from Marcela Poulas, and we will start with Mr. Ortiz.
If you were to be elected, what legacy do you expect to leave for future generations?
Well, being a good citizen, being the good person, being that person that people believe that if I say that I'm going to sit here and help productive growth, I'm sure they want to see that I do something about it. Not just come, be elected, sit down, and not do nothing. I want to make sure that everything that I'm saying that I want to help and do, I'm going to believe it myself to be able to help others. That when my time is up, they can say, you know what, Mr. Ortiz, he did what he said he was going to do. So that's what we want to see. I don't want them looking at me, oh, he just sat down just to be a commissioner. No, I'm here to work. And anybody that knows me for the past 5 years, they know I do that. I don't just tell the people, I want you to do that. I show them what I want them to do, and I'm with them all the way. So I'm with them in the good and bad. So people will remember me and know that I was a great guy. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. HARDEE, same question.
Thank you. Well, when you think about public confidence, you think about sound fiscal policy, you think about open government, I want our citizens to know that while serving our wonderful city of Kissimmee, that they could have those things in me, that they can, when they see, hey, Reginald HARDEE served, they know that I serve this office genuinely for them. It's a challenge to jump out front and be the line leader when it comes to serving our public. But we owe it to our citizens to be transparent when we make decisions on matters that belong to them. We owe it to our citizens to maintain sound fiscal policy when their monies are being paid into government. And so, I want the legacy to be known that, hey, when you voted for Reginald HARDEE, your voice did matter, and I did make a change for a way of life for generations to come. And that's what I want to leave with our citizens.
Yes.
Thank you. We will now move to 30-second closing statements, and we'll start with Mr. HARDEE.
Well, thank you, Oscar, Rachel, Marcella. Thank you, the sponsors, Osceola Star. Rob, you've been an awesome moderator, sir. I'm honored to be here. I'm Reginald HARDEE. I'm running for City Commissioner, C2. I want you to know that I want to put my years of service as a public servant to work for you. I want you to know that I'm here to make a difference for each of my citizens. I want you to know that your voice matters, and it matters when you get out and go vote. Vote on August 28th or sooner for me as City Commissioner. Thank you so much for your time and patience.
Thank you. Mr. Ortiz, closing statements.
Well, thank you, Oscar, Rachel, and Marcella. I want to thank everybody that came out. I want to thank everyone because it's a nice opportunity for us to be here. I want to be elected, vote August 28th, and I believe that I could be the person that can help 100% also in the city. I believe in myself, I believe in what I do, and I'm blessed for being here. And not everybody does this, and it's a hard job, but you know what? We're here to do it. So God bless everyone. Thank you very much, and thank you. I'm Felix Ortiz. Vote August 28th.
Well, thank you, candidates. Thank you, panelists. And thank you again to our sponsors, Kissimmee Utility Authority, Access Osceola, Orlando Magic, Troy University, and El Osceola Star newspaper. Thank you.